Alright, on the Honda Navi, gonna give her a go. This thing's super quiet. Oh, the mirrors are a little small for me. It feels so like little and fun. The brakes don't feel bad. Seems like it runs pretty good. But I ideally got this bike for Jess, my girlfriend, to learn on, and just something to mess around on, and keep for just a couple years and not lose too much money on. Hoping to get my girlfriend to get her license, so it'd be fun if we could ride together and stuff. It's like the perfect bike for that because there's no clutch. Thing's not fast or anything, so it'd be just a great learner bike, and it feels that way. The brakes, even though they're drum, they feel great. There's a lot of cool little things about it though, like the little storage area. It's actually pretty big compared to in person, or compared to in pictures. The mirrors are functional. They're a little on the inside though. Take up maybe about half the mirror. It does fine, just cruising at 40, 45. I'm not stressing it at all or anything, just kind of putting. Does pretty good. The ride's a lot better than I anticipated with the little bounce of the suspension. The seat's pretty comfy. It's so weird not having a clutch. Every bike I ever ridden had a clutch. But yeah, one of the things I noticed that nobody talks about is the toolkit, so I'm kind of curious what consists inside that. And some of the little freebies, like taking off the reflectors and stuff, just a little bit of added personalization and cleaning up the bike a little bit. It looks like there probably is a decent amount of stuff we could take off, so I'll be checking that out when we get home. That'd be kind of fun. This is my first time riding a little mini bike like this. It's pretty cool, especially like for somebody, like ideally somebody who wants to get into riding motorcycles, but either doesn't have the money for a more expensive one, or is looking for something just like how I am with you know, girlfriend or something, to ride the bike, learn how to ride, and not go too fast, and be fairly safe. Yeah, this is the perfect bike for that, and not break the bank. Heard a couple issues with people talking about the carburetors running a little iffy, but this one seems to run perfect so far. Yeah, there it is, the Honda Navi. 109 cc's of sheer terror. That'd be cool. Let's get in the garage and start tinkering. Alright, what's going on, guys? We got the Navi out in the garage. Been messing with it for a while. But first thing I wanted to show you, the toolkit contains this little rubber sleeve, and it has a two-sided wrench, a spark plug socket, and a regular number 2 tip Phillips screwdriver. Under the seat as well is we have the Navi owner's manual, and motorcycle riding tips, little pamphlet or booklet. And then you can see here I also have some of the reflectors that I've already taken off. And I'll show you how I did this back one here. But I wanted to show you what it looked like on the bike first. So in the front, we removed the reflectors here. And what I'm planning on doing is putting that metal bracket back on, but cutting it just to this size. I think it'll look a little bit better. And just like every other bike, I'll probably maybe adjust the levers or move the handlebars forward. Felt okay for right now. And show you guys in here. It's actually really deep. It's hard to tell from with the camera, but let me grab a measuring tape and I'll show you how deep it is. 11.5 inches deep, and at its widest point, nearly 9 inches across at its widest point if you're trying to squeeze something in there. Alright, well I got the storage bin out, and you can kind of see it's a pretty big storage bin, or storage area. It's a little bit longer depth than my hand. And behind it is there's this sticker here, and you can see I could try to remove it without removing the box, but that was unsuccessful. But it didn't really matter though, because it was super easy to take this box out. It was two 10mm bolts and one 12, so 110 on each side in the rear, and one 12mm bolt up front, and it slid right out. It was really easy. Would actually save me a little bit of time. But yeah, then I'm just going to go ahead and remove the sticker the rest of the way. And if you're wondering what this sticker says, it says objects stored in this space could interfere with vehicles' brake operation or handling. Such interference could lead to crashing, causing serious injury, and it says do not store objects in this space. It's kind of ironic given the fact that they throw a storage bin in front of it. Go ahead and remove that, because you can kind of see it from this front if you're looking at it. That's better. I'll go ahead and throw that back on, but here's what it looks like without that storage bin in there. It looks kind of funny looking, but it looks way better with the storage bin in it, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that back in. And then if you're curious what under the seat looks like, the key slot is down under here on the left side of the bike. We'll pop the seat off, and your toolkit goes right here, and the owner's manual was sitting in here, but we will keep that out of the bike. And you have this extra little storage area right here with a bottom. So, kind of neat. Piece of cake. The kickstart feature is pretty neat. One thing we learned is the front brake lever works strictly the front brake, whereas the rear foot brake actuates both the front and the rear. So you see here I'm pushing the front brake. You can see the lever move. And then now I'm applying the rear brake. And it moves as well. But when I come to the back here,
First applying the front brake. And now the rear. Tells you that the front brake operates just the front drum, and the rear brake operates both the front and the rear. Some of the other things that I did, I went ahead and made a tail tidy, a Freebie tail tidy. The reflectors were down here, and I'll show you a video of that now. What I did to cut those off. It's pretty fun. Just used some of my tools that I had and cut off the bottom reflectors, and made sure that I cut it low enough or high enough that it would not show on a regular license plate compared to a temp tag, as the temp tags are usually a little bit bigger. And then after I got it ground down and smooth, the edges smooth, I did a little bit of touch-up paint to prevent rust or anything from forming, and hide the looks of it. And I was really happy with how it came out. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how it looks, especially for free. Doesn't stick down as far. And I also went ahead and cut off the little fin off the back of the rear tire cover. The rear tire cover I actually took off and did that, and was actually curious to possibly just leave it off, but due to the rear, or the exhaust has this bracket that comes off of it to attach to the wheel cover, or the fender, and essentially it would look really bad without the fender on here. So went ahead and kept it on, but did go ahead and shorten that up. I like the looks of it. You know, everybody's got their own opinion on it, but that's what I liked. And between that and the reflectors, I'm really happy with how it came out. And I look forward to getting that touched up and put back on. I think that'll look really nice. But yeah, it's a fun little bike. I've got about 11 miles on it now. The mirrors I get about half the mirror. The rest is taken up by my shoulders and arms. And a lot of people kind of don't really focus or talk about it. They mention it, but don't ever kind of explain which is which. The top is the reserve, to the left is off, and to the bottom is on. As you can see, there's like a little liquid picture, and it shows it all the way to the top. That's on. And then for the reserve, it shows that there's a little bit in this reservoir or little tank image. So it's pretty clear. But yeah, it's a pretty fun bike so far. There's a couple little things I still want to do to it, and really curious what kind of exhaust are going to come out for it. Don't want to be spending too much money on it. Want to kind of keep it low budget, but would be interested to see how the aftermarket ones come out, and potentially remove that fender. Another thing I'd like to do is disengage the rear lever operating the front drum. Personally don't like that in theory, as if you're taking it off-road or something, and it has the potential of locking up the front wheel. So in a gravel situation, that's not ideal. Plus it'd be more normal, and would clean up the front a little bit. You'd be removing one of these cables, and not really much weight savings, but it would clean up the front a little bit. Also looking at the air filter here, Might be doing something with that. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty fun bike. It's a perfect situation for me, looking to ride with my girlfriend, and excited for her to get her license. And couldn't think of an easier bike to learn on. Or if you're on a budget and just want to have something fun to putt around on, I mean, this is a perfect bike for that too. I think it's a really neat thing that Honda made. I know they had them overseas, and in India were really popular. So it'll be fun to see how they do over here. I think they'll do extremely well, solely based on the price point. I mean, they're significantly cheaper than all the other bikes on the market. I think they'll sell an insane amount of them, and was extremely fortunate to pick one up. And shout out to Beachmont Motorsports for hooking us up with one. Thing's awesome. But yeah, we'll try and figure out the rear brake lever situation and see if I can figure something out with that. And doing a couple of more mods to it, so that'd be fun when I get some more time. Just started back to school, so a really fun bike. Can't beat it for the price, and is a great bike for somebody to learn on and somebody to get into motorcycle riding. So I really look forward to what this bike has to offer. So appreciate you guys watching. And we'll see you in the next one.